Hey guys, what's going on? You're in the secret level here with Gurns, and today I'm going to go through the Ankh Shield accessories, as well as some easy and efficient setups that I have to get them ASAP. So just real quick, the Ankh Shield here, as you can see I have it on, and it is pretty much always there. So it's probably the accessory I would recommend the most out of any of them in the game, and that's just my own opinion, but it's just very, very handy in almost every situation. So yeah, definitely an accessory you're going to want to pick up. So anyway, the main reason being is because it gives you immunity to most debuffs, along with knockback, fire blocks, and plus 4 defense, but the main thing is really the immunity to most debuffs, and that would be 11 different debuffs actually, and they can be extremely hazardous, or just plain annoying, especially in hard mode too, once you get like a whole bunch more of those more common bad guys that spawn and can apply those debuffs, like those giant bats for example, I found to be extremely annoying all the time. So anyway, that being said, the Ankh Shield can be a little bit annoying itself as well to make, since it requires 11 different accessories, and most of them are very rare drops off different baddies that spawn all over the place in different biomes. Anyway, I'll quickly go through the different accessories, then I'll show you 2 farms that I have set up, and they drop all the accessories you need. There is actually a third that I highly recommend you build as well. You don't necessarily need to though, and you'll see why in a moment though. Now the farms I'll be showing though, they are using temple traps, so if you have them great, you can do it completely AFK. However, if you are setting this up right into hard mode and you don't have the traps yet, then no problem, because they still spawn all the necessary monsters very conveniently for you, so you don't have to run around all over, and most of them do die from just lava. There are a few though that you'll have to kill manually until you do get traps, but nonetheless I still recommend this setup though, and that's because, again, number one, it's a lot faster than building multiple farms all over the place for different monsters, and number two is these 2 farms, and the third one if you decide to build it, will remain useful even after you get all the Ankh Shield accessories, because they drop a whole ton of other pretty key loot and accessories. So yeah, you're probably going to want to still build those, because if you build other farms where it's pretty much you just get that one accessory and then they become useless after, it's not as efficient that way, right? So anyway, now we'll get on to the accessories here. So here are the different accessories, guys, and once again there's 11 total. So the first 2 here, the Cobalt Shield and the Obsidian Skull, I'm sure most of you already know they don't drop off monsters. You craft the Obsidian Skull from obsidian, and the Cobalt Shield, you just go over to the dungeon and grab it from one of those locked chests. So yeah, fairly easy to get these 2. Now the bottom 9 here, not so much. Once again, they're very rare drops off of different monsters from different biomes. Now each accessory here can drop from either 2 or 3 different kinds of monsters. You won't really have to worry about that though, because if you build the farms that I'll show you in a moment here, then it will spawn all the necessary monsters that you'll need to grab all these different accessories without having to worry about going around all over the place and trying to find the right monsters, right? So that being said, the first one here, Fast Clock, second Blindfold, Megaphone, Trifold Map, Armor Polish, Adhesive Bandage, Vitamins, Nazar, and the Bazaar, right? So those are the different accessories, guys. Now we'll get to the farms that I have set up that drop these bottom 9 here nice and easily. So here we are at the first farm, guys, and this one being my AFK Crimson and Corruption and Hallow farm. So if you want details on how to build this farm, then feel free to check my channel or the description below, alright? Anyway, that being said, if we look in the chest here, this farm will give you the Fast Clock, the Megaphone, the Adhesive Bandage, the Vitamins, and the Blindfold. So pretty sweet, 5 here. Now the Fast Clock as well as the Megaphone, you will get those from the Pixies here. The Adhesive Bandage actually is dropped from the Werewolves. Now the Werewolves will only spawn at night during a full moon. So you're going to want to, at some point in time, come here at night during a full moon, because when you do, you will get a ton of werewolves spawning, as long as you change the biome to a regular biome with the Contaminator here, right? So anyway, that being said, the next one here, or actually I should mention, if you don't really want to wait for a full moon, you can set up, if you want, a separate farm for anglerfish. I just really don't personally recommend that, because all you have to do is wait for one full moon and you'll get a ton of werewolves, so odds are you will get on the first full moon there an adhesive bandage. Alright, so anyway, that being said, the next one here is the vitamins, and you will get those from the corruptors here that will spawn in the corruption biome. And the blindfold, you will get that from the corrupt slimes here that will also spawn in the corruption biome. And as you can see, I have it like half and half right now. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can make it full corruption or full hollow, or add in some crimson if you want. So anyway, you'll see in the the video if you want to check that out. The video for the how-to setup for this thing anyway. So that being said, though, as you can see from my inventory, you get a whole ton of other great loot here. So yeah, this is a pretty good farm to build if you guys want to build it. So anyway, that being said, we'll get to the next farm now. So here we are at the second farm, guys, and this one being my super farm. And once again, there will be a link in the description if you want to know how to build this place. So this one also I highly recommend, because as you can see in this chest here, you get a ton of different loot from this farm. That's why I call it the super farm. So you basically get tons of different important materials from different biomes, as well as all the different biome keys, and tons of great loot as well, all in one convenient farm. So I highly recommend setting this place up, and again, if you want to, it is also in the description below. Alright, so anyway, that being said, the accessories for the Ankh shield that you will get here are the vitamins and the blindfold as well, but you'll also get the trifold map, the armor polish, the Nazar, and the Bazaar. So now the trifold map here, for those that have already built this farm, or I guess for those who are going to build this farm. So anyway, the trifold map here, this thing will drop off of the giant bats that spawn in this biome here. Now as you can see though, all the bats here are jungle bats, and that's because I currently have it as a jungle biome. So what you're going to want to do if you already have this built is just make sure you have just less than 70 or less than 80 jungle bricks. Hopefully you put down exactly 80, which I did. Well, I did now at least. As you can see, I had to change some of the walls. But yeah, now that I've taken one out, there is only 79, so it changes into a just plain cave ice biome. And I'll kill all that, and as you will see shortly, regular bats as well as giant bats will start to spawn. There's a giant bat now, and there's another one over there. Alright, so great. Now, if you want to farm, let's go back to the chest here. So that's for the trifold map. Now next here is the armor polish, and those you'll get from the armored skeletons that can spawn here. Now again, for those that have already built this farm, it is currently an ice cavern biome. So if you want those armored skeletons to spawn, all you have to do is remove one of the ice blocks there to change it into a regular cavern biome. So hopefully you put down exactly 300. So now I have 299. It is regular. I'll kill off some monsters, and you'll see some of those armored skeletons start to spawn, because only those armored Vikings, I believe it is, spawn in the cavern snow biome and underground snow biome. So yeah, just kill off a couple of these bats. Too many bats. So yeah, and some of those regular skeletons, like you can see, the skeleton archers will also spawn, but you'll also get, there you are, armored skeletons as well. There's another one coming over here. So yeah, that's how you get the armor polish, nice and simple. And you can actually just keep the jungle biome up if you don't want the cave bats and you only want the armored skeletons, just, to help that spawn rate. So yeah, anyway, put that snow brick back down. So, and then the second last one here, the Nazars. This one will drop off of the those flying weapons, the enchanted sword, cursed hammer, and crimson axes that will spawn here when you have it in a different biome, whether it be corruption, crimson, or hollow. So if you watch my super farm video, you'll see that I get plenty of those flying weapons that will spawn, which essentially is one of the reasons what this inner pathway is for here. And yeah, you'll get a whole bunch of loot from them, including the Nazar. So I think just the Nazar, but nonetheless the Nazar. Maybe some other stuff, I don't know. So anyway, the last thing here is the Bazaar. And the Bazaar will drop off of moss hornets as well as other kinds of hornets too that will spawn here. Now they're not spawning here at the moment because I basically destroyed the area. Like, we'll go just outside the farm right here. It's not difficult. So this little section at the end here is stone. So if you want hornets to spawn, all you have to do is take off one layer of stone, the top layer basically, and throw down a layer of mud block with jungle grass on it, and then you know, you can do the same to the other side over here if you want, and as long as you do that, then those hornets will start to spawn when you're in the middle here, and you can farm them. So the reason why it's not there anymore though is because obviously I don't need any more bazaars, whatever, because I have the Ankh shield, and that being said, that's the only thing that those hornets are more or less good for. In my opinion at least, I don't really need those other things that they drop, the stingers, I believe. So yeah, anyway, so I changed it back to stone just so it's more efficient for the other monsters here, because that's what I essentially want to spawn. But yeah, you can set it up a little bit different if you want. So also, that being said, the other reason too is because we'll just exit out here. So here we are at my money farm, guys, and this farm I would probably recommend the most out of any of my farms, just because it's the most universal. Like, everybody needs money, right? And you'll get over 50 platinum per hour AFK from this farm. So yeah, pretty awesome, guys. Like, these are platinum coins here, they're not silver coins. So anyway, that being said, as far as the Bazaar goes, I also get those here as well from the toxic sludges. So that's another reason why I basically don't have that current setup in that farm there, because I have this farm here anyway, and I already have the Bazaar. So that being said, I would highly recommend building this farm, but if you don't want to, you can just throw down some mud block with some jungle grass on it, like I said. But again, I highly recommend this farm. It's the farm I would recommend the most out of any of my farms, because everybody needs money, and it will get you over 50 platinum an hour AFK again. So yeah, that is a lot. So anyway, alright guys, so that's how I get my Ankh shield accessories. So yeah, it's much more convenient than what I've done in some of my other playthroughs, where I either just ran around and killed the monsters myself, or built a whole bunch of different farms all over the place that ended up taking forever, basically just for one accessory, and then that farm kind of sat there and did nothing. So yeah, basically these farms will get you all those accessories and have consistent, very consistent uses afterwards, so I highly recommend it. Anyway, that being said, guys, I hope the video did help. So if it did, be sure to leave a like. That way I know I'm helping some people out, as well as subscribe here to the secret level. And you can join me, Gurns, always making more videos like this, as well as tons of other videos that are already out. Alright, so I'll hope to catch you next time. Anyways, this is Gurns exiting the secret level. Take it easy, guys.